Shalom, friends. Picture this. You try once, twice, 3 times, and nothing works. The situation seems hopeless. Would you keep going? This week's Torah portion shows us what real persistence looks like and why it matters for our lives right now. This week, we read Parshat Va'era, and I appeared. God reveals the divine name to Moses and sends him back to Pharaoh with Aaron, his brother. The first 7 plagues strike Egypt: blood, frogs, lice, wild beast, pestilence, boils, and hail. Yet Pharaoh's heart remains hardened. The struggle for freedom intensifies. What are some spiritual lessons we can learn from Parshat Va'era? First, liberation doesn't happen overnight. Moses returns again and again. Plague after plague fails. Progress feels slow, even impossible. But transformation requires persistence. How can we live this spiritual lesson? We don't give up when change feels slow. Whether we're breaking free from bad habits, bad relationships, or limiting beliefs, we can show up consistently. We can trust the process even when we can't yet see the results. Spiritual lesson number 2. Even hardened hearts can change. The Torah repeats that Pharaoh's heart was hardened, but it also shows us that hearts can soften. Resistance is part of the journey, not the end of it. How do we live this spiritual idea? We stay open in our own conflicts. When someone seems stubborn or closed off, we don't write them off. We remain compassionate, knowing that hearts can soften with time, patience, and love. And spiritual lesson number 3. Sometimes liberation requires disruption. The plague shattered Egypt's normal. They disrupted systems of oppression. Real change often feels uncomfortable, even chaotic. How do we live this? We embrace necessary disruptions in our lives. We recognize that growth requires leaving our comfort zones. We ask ourselves what needs to be disrupted so that freedom can emerge. Friends, Va'era teaches us that liberation is a process, not just one moment. Those plagues, they weren't just punishments, they were wake-up calls. Each one said, change is possible, freedom is coming, don't give up. This week, as we think about Parshat Va'era, can we challenge ourselves to think about one area where we feel stuck, one hardened pattern, one place where we think we've given up, and then take one persistent action towards change. Show up again, try again, keep going. The journey continues. The heart can soften. Freedom is possible, and we have it within our Neshamahs to take those steps. Thank you for learning with me, Rabbi Amy Rader of the Neshamah Institute in Boca Raton. Shavua Tov. I wish you a most wonderful week.